That's not something you should be proud of.
Wow.
Hey!
Come on, Billie.
Do the busted belly. Do the busted belly. Do the busted belly. Do the busted belly. I don't have a belly to do that.
Bullshit. Partying bullshit.
I got a six-pack.
Partying bullshit. Partying bullshit. Partying bullshit. We snapping on the guts. It's partying bullshit. It's snapping on the guts.
I got a six-pack.
Six-pack. Nigga, you was whack. Mint green shirt. It's a six-pack. Hey. Bullshit. Partying bullshit. Partying bullshit. Partying bullshit. Hey. Nigga, you weak, bruh. Fuck you. So welcome to the 4th episode of Partying Bullshit. It's your boy Omega Melodies.
KJ.
Virgil.
Your feelings hurt, bro?
Yes. It's whatever, man. Let's go. You're not going to sit here and keep talking about my shirt
This
like
is
it's
the
not
same
nice.
dude sat there on camera and called me a
He said
you called me
the
booty bread.
He
I
said
don't want to hear it. Dog.
He said you were the booty bread.
You co-signed though. You co-signed.
Hold on. If I co-sign on a loan, it is going to come back on both of us. Never mind.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Oh, snap.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Party and Bullshit. Today we got a nice conversation for you.
So you really ain't gonna do it? All right, so we're gonna be talking about the Grammys and pretty much how that transpired. It started off with a tribute to Nipsey. Jesus Christ, I can't speak.
You getting that Theo syndrome.
I'm getting a tribute to Nipsey Hussle. And then they did a tribute to Kobe Bryant, who recently passed away, unfortunately. And then I'm just gonna go from there, talk about how what was they doing? Like you said, black reporters pretty much being avoided.
So during the red carpet show, right before the Grammys, there was an article that came out with a reporter who was showing that a lot of the black artists were skipping over black media at the red carpet. And there's also a video that we should be showing right about now.
There's the placement that we are on the carpet, which is usually we're all bundled near the end of the carpet. Second is the publicists that represent the talent, which you'll see in some of these videos. And third, it's the talent themselves who make conscious efforts or lack of effort to take time to speak to the few black-owned media. And when I say black-owned media or black outlets, there's not more than 4 or 5 of us at most at any of these Grammys. And they skip us religiously. So while I often try not to show that side of the story, today I'm going to show it. And I'm going to show your favorite artists.
Hey, roll camera. Oh, you rolling? Hey, Gucci. Come on, man. Do it for the black media, Gucci. This black-owned media. Come on, man. Do the black media, man. Don't just do Vulture. Don't just do people. Don't just do people, Quavo. Come on, Quavo. How you gonna be for the hood like that?
And I just think it's actually honestly pretty sad that you have so many black artists out here who won't give their eye or is told that they can't give their eye out to black media.
That is true.
And,
But I mean, go ahead.
And one of the guys, he's like a CEO of a black-owned, reporting company. He really spoke out about how he felt about it and how he constantly feels like black media is constantly being ignored, and he feels like it's a big problem because he also said they're put in a bad section, but then like he even tried to get an interview whenever Girls Trip came out. He was trying to get an interview with those actresses, and someone told him it's going to be hard to make that happen because we don't have that many slots available for African Americans.
And it ain't like this. It's like some no name like reporter in that world. Like this is he's pretty decently known in that world.
me see the report.
But then how are you going to tell somebody we don't have enough slots for African Americans? Why are your slots based on race at all? We don't have enough African American slots. We only got a couple Mexican slots. Asians get 3 or 4.
And for those of you who don't know, for reference, the journalist we're speaking about is Jamal Finkley, CEO of Black Tree TV, and he posted the video on YouTube the day after the Grammys were finished, I believe.
And go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And in the video, it does show multiple artists walking by, not even acknowledging them at all, like a wave, anything. It's literally just acting like they can't hear them.
Or that, I really gotta go. I really gotta go. Like, come on now.
I gotta
You
run.
can clearly see like they're trying to avoid this, man.
Yeah, and even in the clip that he showed, you can see that Gunna was trying to talk to a couple of those reporters, and his publicist or manager, whoever it was telling them like, nope, we can't do that. We don't have time for it. Those doors are gonna close. And I just thought it was really crazy. I mean, in today's society where we have a bunch of artists who first talk and preach black excellence, and then in a world where it's already so difficult for us to be seen in a positive manner on TV or on social media or on the internet, period, that even the people we're supposed to see as the leaders or the cultivators of that, just don't care. Yeah, I mean, and it could just be money. It could be.
I feel like a good portion of it is money, because you got to think the black reporter. I mean, they're not nearly as well known as the other ones. So you got to try to you want to get your name out there to as many avenues, to the most popular avenues as possible. But at the same time, like you said,
He ain't never gonna get there if we just keep walking past.
Exactly. That's the point.
It's
like you gotta have that same energy.
It's like when you get out of college and the job you want to go to requires 5 years of experience, but you need the job to get the 5 years of experience.
It's really sad.
That's
It's really sad that in the time that we are in 2020, at this point, you would think that black anything would start to get more recognition, especially by some of the higher ups and the celebrities. But I mean, it just comes to show you, just because they're a celebrity doesn't mean that they really care about what's going on.
It starts with us.
Another problem is also where they're placed at, because they're placed towards the back of the line. So then for some people, by the time they get to that part, now some of them look like they were legit, like not trying to give them the time of day. But then at the same time, some of them, like the dude whose publicist says, like, we don't have time.
Yeah.
He might not actually have time, because now they're placed all the way back here.
I mean,
You got a giant red carpet, and they're the last 2 seconds.
And in that time that Gunna's publicist is sitting there arguing with them, like, hey,
You could have answered a couple questions.
You could have answered a couple questions, been on your way, got some other questions.
Hey, my God, what'd you eat for lunch today? Turkey sandwich?
I mean, but y'all make a point. I mean, we don't really know that world. There's a completely different scene in that world. It's a completely different lifestyle.
I get it, but that video kind of showed it showed what it was.
It's just so hard to put myself in those kind of celebrity shoes, because it's always easy to sit here and go, man, how y'all gonna just forget where y'all came from? But I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sometimes when I get that paycheck fresh out the bank, like, I'm not trying to talk to none of y'all, dog. I'm trying to go to the mall by myself. I did that.
But that's the thing though. Like, if you being a black person, period, you gotta be able to get that check and not forget where you came from and not just sell out.
We don't have that luxury.
Understand, you got a check, so now other people are trying to get a check, and not even off of your back, really, because they have to be present. They've got to ask good enough questions for you to want to come over. So it's not like they're trying to use, those people to only bring up their careers, but we do have to help each other in that sense.
Very true, very true. It was really crazy, man. I just hope that in the future that these type of things don't become more common, especially when now we're at the point where these reporters are just putting it out. Like, it's no longer like a hidden thing. Because 2 years ago, 2, 3, 4 years ago, a reporter would have never put that.
Oh, no, they don't care.
No,
they don't care, bro.
They don't have to care.
Some people hope somebody does it just so they can put it out there.
Well, I mean, speaking on the topic of black people and artists and the Grammys, let's talk about Tyler, Creator. Pretty much going on the Grammys like, hey, look, I appreciate this, but at the same time, it's like I feel like y'all kind of putting me in a box because I'm black and I rap. So why can't my album be a pop album? Like I thank you, but at the same time, I feel like it's like a backhanded compliment. And it's like, but I got what he was saying, but at the same time, I was still kind of confused because he is a rapper. So
I mean, I can get what he's saying because he doesn't want to be put in a box, but I mean,
you know what the genre is before you get in there.
I mean, true, and you know who you are before you get in there. You are known as a rap artist.
You're a Tyler the Creator.
They're gonna put you in the rap artist column. Like you haven't done enough for them to say, yeah, let's put this in the pop. And that album didn't have enough change or different throughout the entire album for them to just change your style without even talking to you or anything like that. I mean, if I was him, I just would have took the win where I got the win.
Honestly, I mean, because whether or not it is a pop album or a rap album, you got recognized for your work.
Yeah.
Somehow.
That's why he was saying thank you, but at the same time,
see, don't say the but because then that ruins it.
Yeah, that's a problem that we have.
Or at least not on stage. Like, come on.
Yeah, like
that's something maybe you could talk about in hindsight, but that like you go up there and you accept the award, you don't come back and that's what you talk about.
Yeah, that's something like you say after the fact. Like you go to Twitter, like you go to Twitter, and be like, hey.
I mean, because that's something that you're told. If you've done any type of performance, anything, that's something that you're told from high school on is that if you feel like you messed up somewhere and an audience member comes to you and say, man, that was really great, that was really cool. Like you don't say, man, I actually messed up there. It wasn't supposed to go that way. Like,
you don't belittle that because then you're killing their experience.
Yeah, and he wasn't the only person who did that. Billie Eilish, who won most of the awards that night.
Before you keep going, I'm gonna need you to pronounce this girl's name right one time. Billie Eilish. This man said Billie Irish, Eilish.
That shit was messing up earlier too.
Eilish. Billie Eilish.
Okay, so
some people be calling her Billie Eyelash. I'll be done.
Oh my gosh. So, say her name one more time.
Billie Eilish
won most of the awards at the Grammys that night.
That was smooth though. Continue.
That's embarrassing.
Continue.
But she also did one of the same things that Tyler did, and while she was up there, and I think while she won the best record of the year, which was not bad. She went up there on the stage and she had mentioned that she felt like Ariana Grande should have won, and
because 7 Rings was better than Bad Guy.
I mean, it might have
yes!
been. It's better than Bad Guy, but the point is that you won the award. Don't go up there and...
Nah, she trying to make sure everybody know the truth. Ariana Grande's 7 Rings was better. And she wanted everybody to know. And I ain't even mad at her for it. They should have took the award from her and gave it to Ariana.
No, they should not have.
You want to know what, Billy? You right. Give me that. Because that song got other awards as well. They could have gone ahead and gave that to... Whistle-tone Beauty.
Whistle-tone Beauty.
Mariah Carey 2.0 times 1,000.
Actually, I won't take that from her.
Oi. What you mean?
I don't listen to Ariana enough to...
Hey,
Ariana
Grande, dog? Really? It's
look.
Ariana Grande.
Whatever.
She's been in the musical scene enough.
It's really funny that because she did win a lot, and that girl is talented. Like, for real talented.
It's just that song.
I didn't like that guy that much.
Is that, but of all the songs that she has, that's the song.
And supposedly the winning is not based on record sales, because if it was, then maybe I could possibly see that because it was pretty popular.
I feel like
I swear every morning on my way to work, I heard that mug 5 times.
I don't care how much you tell me it's not based on sales. I feel like some aspect of it is based on sales.
Yeah,
it has to be.
It's based on the perspective and the opinion of, high level music professionals.
But if it's based off of that, then you would think that 7 Rings most definitely would have won.
Well, some people are just wronged in life.
Yeah. And 7 Rings also came out a while ago. Like, you gotta think 7 rings isn't freshly on those.
I don't care.
Nominator.
It's the Grammys. It's based on the whole year.
I mean, true, but you got
Record of the year.
You got.
I don't care if that mug was made January 1st.
Be in people's heads.
January 1st.
How many days are in a year?
365. If it's made on the first day of the last, it's better.
Yeah.
Better is better.
Indeed. To kind of wrap this up, I touched on it earlier, very briefly, but I don't want to just go past it. This year, 2 people were taken from us, unfortunately, Nipsey Hussle and Kobe Bryant. 2 great people. They were really for the black community. They really, they motivated a lot of people. They inspired a lot of people. So what I want to do is just for this last minute, for the sake of them to remember them, just kind of give our opinions on what you think about them, how they touched y'all. Because I know with Nipsey Hussle in college, actually a good friend of mine named Javis, he showed me his music. And it was The Marathon Continues. And it was Don't Take No Days Off. That song resonated with me so much. And it really kept me going, because that was a point in time in college where I just kind of felt like this might not be for me. And with Kobe Bryant, the Mamba mentality, that's when I heard he passed, that it kind of hit me, because these 2, they were really trying to get me to move down here, Murfreesboro. And I was really reluctant, but like, he used to do these little skits and videos. It's like, if you want it, go and take it. Like, that's part of the Mamba mentality. So for him to kind of go, it was like the big part of my reason of trying to do what I'm doing is gone. But I mean, he was a great man. So that's my take.
I actually have not, before I heard that Nipsey passed, I hadn't listened to much of his music at all. I only knew from things that I saw on social media about the things he was doing outside of the music. Now, the couple of things that I did hear afterwards, of course, because everybody was playing it, I thoroughly enjoyed mainly the message, and that's really what I like about rap music anyway, is what you're saying in it. Mm-hmm. And so the messages that he had are what resonated with me as far as him. But then Kobe, I had been watching Kobe like my whole life. Basically,
Slick watched this.
Like when he came straight out of high school into the league,
shut stuff down.
Dunk contest, not wanting to go to the Hornets, went straight to LA. And then, but the thing I liked about him the most was his philosophies and how he created his own success by saying, it's literally, I see what you did, what it was he was practicing. A dude came in to practice after, like, Kobe had already been practicing for like a couple hours. Dude came in, practiced, Kobe was going hard the whole time. The guy left, went, showered, made some errands, came back, and Kobe was still practicing. Then he said, man, what? Kobe finally finished, and then he asked him, why were you practicing so much? It was obvious that when I came in, you had already been practicing. Why are you practicing so hard? He says, because I saw you come in, and I wanted to let you know that regardless of what you do, I will always work harder than you. And I'm like, that's a bar.
That's a bar.
He said, I don't care what you do. I don't care how much better you are than me. I don't care how much you practice. I will always practice and work harder than you. I saw what you came in here and did, and I wanted to let you know I will double that. And he did. And I'm like,
it showed.
Plus the skits. Those skits were ridiculously funny. It's one of those laughing but very serious. Like, I know this is supposed to be funny, but at the same time, I'm telling you for real. Fact. Go get it.
What was the one kind of was, how many records do I need to sell?
More records.
How much success do I need to have?
More success.
It's so.
Well, it was the last part. It was, what do I do when I've achieved greatness or ultimate greatness? And it was like, it had the triangle, and it was like whenever you hit the top, and then it just kept going. You got more greatness to hit because you've never hit the plateau. So even after he retires, he's still trying to be the best, not even just in basketball, but the best dad, the best person, the best friend. And it just made no sense. It made me feel kind of like terrible sometimes when I'm like, I kind of give excuses for why maybe I'm not where I want to be, and it's like you don't really have any excuses. And it sucks because it was him, and then it was his daughter, and then it was 5 other people that were with them as well, and it's just a lot of life lost. That of course his family and their families were not ready for them to leave. But as time goes on, we all kind of have to deal with things in our own way, and that's something he taught us is you have to deal with things and you have to handle things so you don't let that deter you from being the best possible version of yourself.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, he wasn't. I can't say that he was necessarily my hero. I mean, I didn't follow Kobe that much, but he definitely.
He's not a basketball fan.
I'm not a basketball fan. So I didn't follow it growing up. But I mean,
he's not even human.
I can definitely tell that he touched a lot of people. So you guys let us know down in the comments, like, what did Kobe do for you? What did he teach you? What was your biggest moment for him that he did that impacted you the most? And you all let us know. And thank you for joining in on another episode of Party and Bullshit. I'm Virgil.
KJ.
Omega Melodies.
And we hope y'all have a good night.
Yeah! Why you